Inside Huntsville with Brenda Martin, a conversation with department heads at City Hall on streets, ball fields, public safety, and more. And also with our community partners that add economic security, support education, and enhance the city's quality of life.
Hello, I'm Brenda Martin for Inside Huntsville, and welcome to our show. My guest today represents an organization called AshaKiran. Bhavani, Kakani, and Mohammed, Miran are here today to talk about the organization and their upcoming big celebration that's coming up real soon. Welcome and thanks for joining us today.
And thank you for inviting us to be here.
Yes.
Brenda.
Thank you very much.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate that.
Bhavani, the organization is called AshaKiran, which means a ray of hope. Could you expound on that?
Yes, AshaKiran aspires to be a ray of hope or a glimpse of hope to those victims and survivors of violence. That's why we chose the name A Ray of Hope, AshaKiran.
And I understand you're the founder.
Yes.
And as the founder of this organization, what was it that happened? What made you want to form this organization?
You know, in 2006, I've been with many nonprofits. However, we have not seen, or I have not seen, any organizations that did or provide the culturally sensitive services. So AshaKiran started to fill a community need so that it can provide culturally sensitive and confidential services to the community, especially to the victims and survivors of violence, and foreign-born origin and foreign-born communities.
And the foreign-born community, expand on that a little bit, because I understand that you, the organization certainly has open arms to
Yes.
everyone.
Yes.
However, but your main purpose was the foreign-born.
Yes, that
community.
is the reason we started, because the community need, because of the language barriers and lack
Okay.
of, yes, many of the foreign born or people like me may have language barriers, and they may lack understanding of our systems here, and lack of family support, and lack of financial and immigration issues and knowledge.
I see.
So therefore, they may suffer in silence and do not seek the help and the support they need. And especially when you have a language barrier, you need some translators or interpreters that are also not using their perceptive lens, but the victim's perceptive lens.
So so did you see this happening, and that's why you?
Well, yes, we were cognizant of things that are happening in the communities, and we did do the research, and I did go talk to some psychologists and therapists, and they said there definitely is a need, but they were not sure if they will come to an organization. Many of the countries, foreign countries, they may not have an organization that they go to because their families are extended.
I see.
The support usually is sought by, the family, head of the family, or the family, siblings, or the parents, or because of the extended family. So it's not that we don't have extended family here, but we do. But there it is a little bit more important, or the percentages are higher, because we don't have organizations like this, and also not the education too the same way.
Now, how is this the only organization that supplies or gives this service in this area?
This is the only organization, the shelter, emergency shelter itself is the only shelter that says it provides culturally sensitive and confidential services in appropriate languages and culture.
That leads me into my next question, and that is, what kind of emergency shelter programs do you offer?
We provide counseling, therapy, case management, and accompaniment, individual advocacy, legal advocacy. We also provide transportation, because many of the foreign-born may not know how to drive. Because of the power and control they may have not learned, or maybe language barrier. So we find that that is very necessary, because last year we had given more than 1,000 rides.
1,000 rides?
Yeah, actually 1,200 and some rides last year.
And these rides were for?
For the emergency shelter, for the clients.
Okay, to go where?
To go to DHR, go to ESL. You know, we try to empower our clients. When they come in, of course, you know, they need to heal, okay? We provide them or we facilitate for them to go to their religious venues where they can practice their own religion. One is a Christian, one is a Hindu, or one is a Muslim. Or so we provide transportation to the halfway or wherever, however we can facilitate. Also,
sometimes groceries, sometimes I guess you know, trying to meet their needs.
I see.
Some driver's license, grocery, as I mentioned.
yes.
Okay, and so, and I guess, and where do they live? Where
I mean, in the safe home.
in the safe home?
Yes,
okay.
we call our safe home, emergency shelter as a safe home, because many of the foreign-born, when we first received the calls, they said shelter is like a prison. So we said, you know, this is the connotation that people have. So even here, we find that, you know, shelter is not something. So we try to provide a home atmosphere as much as possible to these clients, so that they can be in a safe environment that's comfortable for them culturally. Say, for example, we provide them, if the person is a Muslim, we provide them with halal. They can go buy halal meat. If it is they are Jewish, they can get kosher. You know, if somebody is a vegetarian. So we try to talk to the clients to provide what they need so that they can heal faster. They may seem not very important in our daily lives, but they are the ones for them, something to hold on so that they can heal faster with the trauma that they are going through. So, for example, it's not only religious practices and the cultural, you know, dress and food. We try to provide other venues too, you know, maybe meditation and, you know, working with in the garden or yoga, so that they can balance themselves. Nothing is pushed on anyone. It's up to them if they want to attend. Other than the other services, like I said, counseling and therapy. Like Miran said, that we also provide phone cards, because their families are from other countries, so they need a phone card to call them. And so we also provide them with ESL classes, English as second language classes.
Yes.
We don't provide, we'll take them there. So anything to empower them so that they can stand on their own feet, we try to facilitate that.
We want them to
Can
be
you
as
add to that? Yes.
we want them to be as independent as possible in a very short time. So giving them all the tools that are necessary for them to get back on their feet as quickly as possible.
Yeah, life skills.
Life skills.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, are your instructors, your teachers, if you will, are they community
Yes.
based? That's part of that community service, I'm sure.
Yes, many of them are volunteers, but for our cultural competence trainings and all, we bring professionals, but also ESL classes, and some of them, you know, we use community resources.
Yes, okay.
And we go through the training for these volunteers, and they're strictly confidential, so people feel comfortable in the environment.
So who's involved in your community service?
You're talking about the volunteers.
Yes.
We have actually, up to now, we are purely volunteer based. Like Miran and I are volunteer.
You're volunteers?
Yes,
Okay.
we are volunteers. And the volunteers actually cover most of the events that we do, like the Ray of Hope event. Probably 99% is done by our volunteers. And any event like the health screening, kite festival, all of them are done by them. And also 24/7, AshaKiran's helpline or hope line is completely covered by volunteers. They are trained and most of our volunteers are bilingual, so that they can help. They don't have to get an interpreter or a translator right away. But however, we do have 36 language translators and interpreters.
Oh my goodness, 36
6.
languages.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay,
But
that's
we are aspiring now to, it's a continuous work
Sure.
to get more and more, and also to have more than one in each language. Because we have so many languages, and Huntsville itself has about 52 languages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we try not to say that we don't have one. When a client calls, we try to find even then at that time someone to interpret, but however, they have to go through our confidentiality agreements and all that. So
we're quite a multicultural community,
diverse,
if you will.
Diverse community.
Yes.
Diverse, truly diverse.
Yes.
And I'm so glad to see that that you're taking on this kind of activity here. Let's talk a little bit about. I know you do a number of things. You've got a big activity coming up this weekend. However, but before we get to that, I'd like to talk a little bit about your kite activity and the wellness. I've been to both, and I'm
Yes.
just amazed at
those
the number of people.
Yes, those two are our big events, and of course they are free. And we collaborate with more than 100 nonprofits in doing this, because we collaborate with the city of Huntsville.
Yes.
And they are actually our partner for the Kite Festival.
Yes.
The main reason we do this is to serve our community. And there is another event also. We have an annual cultural competence workshop. This year we had addressed the African community. Last year it was Latino at Realities. So we address each year a different country or a different language or different culture. All these are collaborations with our communities and sometimes even within the state.
As Bhavani mentioned, in the Kite Festival, there is a theme behind the Kite Festival, apart from being an entertainment event.
What is that?
It's the soaring for justice. As the kite, it flies up in the air free of, I guess, shackles, so to speak.
Yes.
And then it's just, I guess, kites of different colors, and they mix together and then be up there. I think that's the strong theme behind this Kite
I
Festival.
love that. Yes. Okay.
And it is different shapes, different colors, it flies different heights, but we enjoy all of them.
Exactly.
And they are there together. See, AshaKiran's vision is to build a healthy and harmonious community.
Okay.
This is how we bring diverse communities together, as Miran said, so that we can work together and appreciate each other, make our community a better place.
And accept each other as we
Exactly.
are.
We can be
Yes.
different.
And
we can
yes,
be
and we
different,
can, and it's
then we
okay
can-
to be
Yes.
different.
It's okay
you
to be-
know,
that's
Just
the
like
strength.
the-
That's
don't
the
want
strength.
to be like I want to be who I am.
Exactly,
And
right.
today, I tell you, in today's world, don't we need this so badly?
Definitely, it does. It does.
Thank you. And what about the wellness program? I was really impressed with that event.
Yes. The wellness program also, we collaborate with 100 Black men and Alabama A&M.
Yes.
And, we have over 800 people attend every year.
My
we
goodness.
provide about 28 health screenings. And we have most physicians attending that health fair. And this year it's on September 10th.
September 10th. Okay. We'll
Yes.
have to have you back on to talk about that.
Yes.
Yes. September 10th. Okay.
Yes. And also I want to say, since it's our 10th anniversary, one thing is that we had been doing our culturally sensitive trainings the last few years. And it's a cross-cultural awareness training, especially mainly to the first responders all over the state. And it's not only the first responders, we also are collaborating with the other 16 domestic violence shelters. So we are in collaboration. If they have a client, we help them out. And unless otherwise that client need to be in our shelter, they don't need to send. So this is how we are working together so that we enhance the services to the foreign-born, especially to the victims and survivors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, AshaKiran has been in existence since 2006. So I know you've seen a lot of growth, a lot of changes. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the culturally sensitive services training is one of those. And then
Okay.
also I want to say, we started a new Alabamian program. Okay, this is to enhance the services to the first responders, you know, the cross-cultural awareness trainer. But the new Alabamian program is going to the ethnic and racial or some of those foreign venues and cultures to talk about what do you expect when you go to an emergency room? What is that you can do at the police station? Or what do you expect there? What about HEMC or emergency services, or DHR, Department of Human Resources? Because some of them are not familiar with this. So we're going to work with that so that we facilitate the ease or the comfort level of the foreign individuals that are here, because they are used to their cultures and their way of working the systems. So we try to provide that so that we can increase to receive the help and support.
Wonderful.
For them.
Wonderful. Now, AshaKiran is also a nonprofit organization. How are you funded?
We are funded by the donations from the public, whether they are individual or business, and also by the grants.
By a grant. Okay.
The grants are mainly provides the staff. We have not had staff, you know, in the beginning. So last 1 year, and actually 1 year you can say for sure, we've been having staff.
Paid staff.
Paid staff
Okay.
from these grants. The grants are from ADECA.
ADECA? Okay.
Yes, and Victims of Crime Act and Violence Against Women Act and Family Violence Services Protection Act. So we try to get these, apply for these grants, and they have been very good to us. So we have expanded in that way. And another way we expanded is we have a full coverage now for our safe home, which was very hard to do in the beginning.
You have what now?
Full coverage.
Oh, okay, yes.
Someone
Yes,
to be
yes.
there at the
That's
safe
wonderful.
home all the time. So we have increased our services, you know, through many of the funding that comes from the public.
Yes. Now, how can the public help?
Public can definitely help by donating money.
Okay.
You know, Miran and I talked about the phone cards, you know, some of their food and hygiene items and maintenance of the safe home, and, you know, the utilities for the safety and security. You know, and it's not only that they can volunteer. And the most important thing is, if they see someone suffering in silence,
Yes.
they need to call Asha line or Hope line 256-509-1882. They can ask them, they can tell them the organization is here, they don't need to suffer, or they can call.
That's great. That's your Hope line. That
Yes.
number again is 256-509-1882.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, we are kind of running out of time here, but one thing I want to talk about is your big event that's coming up.
Exactly.
Miran, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. As we have been planning this event this is our biggest 10th anniversary. We have been planning for over a year now, and we have great speaker, Dr. Lodi Green, who is a public figure, speaker, and author. She is the president and founder of Second Chance Employment Services, a nonprofit organization which provides meaningful employment for battered and abused women.
Yes.
She has served in various capacities for the U.S. government, addressing women issues. She is a great speaker. She's a great talent. We are happy to have her here. And along with that, we have a couple of entertainment programs. One is with First Note with Tommy Jackson and his group, And the second one is called Unity Through Music. Unity Through Music.
Unity, yes.
It is with Jeffrey Iqbal. He is going to be singing some of the Bollywood top hit songs. This is again try to bring people together a lot with the music and then some great talk.
Now, this is your 10th anniversary that you're celebrating.
Exactly.
You do celebrate every year?
Yes.
Every year.
Yes, okay. I think because I've been to one of your
Exactly.
celebrations.
Yes.
What a great time you have, too, you
Also,
know?
we try to bring in one country of focus at every
Yes.
yearly, so that we try to be united. We try to bring everybody together. It's not just meant for a single group or a single organization. It is supposed to be for all.
And the first note is going to do 4 genres like pop, country, jazz, like that. So we have a mix. You know, we have a Bollywood music and then we have an American music. At the same time, you know, last year we had A&M chorus singing and Indian people dancing. So we're, like Miran saying, we try to bring that diversity into the program, but at the same time showing how we can do things together.
Yes, yes, exactly. Well, we're going to make sure we put that information up on the screen because you've got a beautiful information thing here. So we're definitely, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Jeffrey Iqbal actually was born and raised here.
Oh, was he really?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, my.
Yeah, he's from here. He was born and raised here. So that's another thing that we were very excited about.
Excited
It.
about.
So,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And normally you all have about 800 people
Yes.
that come.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
This time we are hoping more people will show up.
Sure, exactly. Now, in terms of getting tickets,
Yes.
how can our viewers get tickets?
They can call in Asha line, or we have got a number here, 256-405-4357.
Okay.
So they can call in and get some additional information.
Okay.
And also they can get it at A Ray of Hope. It's AshaKiran's meaning, A Ray of Hope at AshaKiranOnline.org.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Now, again, who's going to benefit from this event in terms of the
it's
proceeds?
the victims and services, victims and survivors of violence, and our clients and the programs.
In the program. Can you add to that?
As Bhavani mentioned, we are here to educate the people, and AshaKiran stands for educate, empathize, and empower the victims of violence. So that's our primary, objective and goal.
Well, you've done a great job. I certainly appreciate, and I'm sure I speak for many of our folks here in the city, that we appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate your leadership in this effort, because of course, Bhavani, this is something that you started so many years ago. Your vision, you saw the need, and you made something happen.
Thank you. And I have to thank all the volunteers, and I had some co-founders also that helped at that time.
Right. You've got a lot of volunteers.
Yes,
that,
we have a lot of
that we know.
Yes.
Initial few years, it was 100% volunteers. Everybody was professional, either an engineer or a doctor or everybody just
Yes.
kind of like came with passion to help people.
And that's wonderful. I
And
mean,
it
it
is that
doesn't
passion.
matter. It doesn't matter in what I've seen in your culture. It doesn't matter what level you're at. It
Right.
doesn't, whether you're a doctor, a volunteer, you work at, doesn't matter.
doesn't.
Everyone comes together.
Yeah,
And
with
that's
one,
so
one
wonderful.
single goal to help people.
Yes.
And also we serve all. I mean, no discrimination. If we have place, everyone can come. It's
Okay.
mainstream or everyone. So no gender, I mean, we do not discriminate by gender,
not discriminate.
race, ethnicity.
That's great.
No, this is a humanitarian effort.
Yes.
So that's why the passion goes a long way.
Yes.
It can be somebody, I guess, it can be us, I guess.
Yes.
Who knows? So it's.
But by the
it's
grace
but
of God, I tell you,
Definitely.
yes,
definitely.
yes.
So that's the main, I guess, to see if we can help people out.
well, we're going to put your flyer up.
Okay,
And,
shall I put it up like this, or
well,
can I just
We're
later
going. Our producer will
Okay.
put it up.
Thank you.
Definitely, and Thank you for being here.
Thank
Well,
you
thank
for
you.
inviting
Sharing
Thank
the
you.
information.
Give-
Thank you
for
so
sharing
much.
information. And it's been, my guest today has been Bhavani Kakani and Mohammed Miran. We hope that you will support the 10th anniversary of AshaKiran, a Ray of Hope celebration. That's our show for today. I'm Brenda Martin. Thanks for joining us.
Thank
Have a great day.